move along in life. I find throughout life trying to figure it out. You have a purpose, you have a job, you have social relationships, obligations. And we get so caught up in it. Even now I struggle with the idea of what am I doing with my life? Am I going down a direction or a path that is suited, that is aligned to my goal, to my purpose, to who I am and what I want to be? So I say in life is to move along. Keep going forward, but don't stay on the same road. With this analogy of continuing to drive forward and yet change which path we are taking is very important, because at the end of the day we drive, in this analogy, to death, until our blissful ego death. And with a lot of things in life, it's so boring. We have no connection at all to really move on or become something else. I wanted to pursue a certain avenue of career, like criminal justice. So I did 2 years of criminal justice school. And it got to the point that I kept learning, I kept pursuing this avenue, I kept trying to become the best police officer I could ever become, and yet it's not what I want to do anymore. And the last few months of just dealing with school has been so ferociously painful because it's not aligned towards my life anymore. So ultimately, once you secure your escape, meaning you leave that path of life appropriately, you don't just drop out of school one day and you think, oh, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go be an entrepreneur. I'm going to change my life. No, you leave it appropriately at the right time when you're not a burden to other people and not a burden to yourself. And then you move on appropriately. So even in weightlifting, we can go on this brand new journey of, okay, I'm doing this new split where, I fucking jump around, do a whole bunch of jumping jacks and squats throughout the gym. And then we get on that program and you think this is just a whole bunch of bagwass, some bullshit right here. Why are we trying to pursue something? And then we learn and we adapt to think, okay, now this is my new workout split, upper, lower, and then arm day, blah, blah, blah. I do it exactly this way. And then eventually it changes. You change your workout plan where you're bulking now and you're trying to get as big and huge, as strong as possible. And then it becomes, okay, now we're cutting. And you have to plan this stuff so importantly and so precise that when you go out and execute these things, you are not straining yourself. Because I'm on a cut right now. But I stepped off the gas because it was so just not me. I pretty much got to where I wanted to be, and I just don't want to maintain it. So I stepped off the gas, and of course I'm going to finish my cut because I have an idea and a weight that I want to get down to, and then I'm going to enjoy looking good for about a week, and then I'm going back to eating. But don't tread on the same path because of stupid reasons. Because, your father was a police officer, so now you want to be a police officer. Or he was a police officer, now you're a firefighter. Figuring out what you want to do with life is a very big struggle. And not everyone has the opportunity or the luxury of knowing what that is. I remember growing up and all I could think about is, what the fuck am I going to do with my life? I was so scared, and yet was constantly pushed down different avenues of what I should be doing by other people. But you have to shut up all those voices. Even for me, if I tell you to do something and it's not aligned to your core, you could pursue it, but you're going to live a shallow and miserable life. And no one's going to be happy because you're not living authentic to your core. And this core is just who you are, from subtle changes of how you were raised and what brought you up and how your brain works. I'm a teacher. And there's different ideas that I see down in the future of how I'm going to change and live my life. Because eventually I'm not going to be able to do this YouTube or the business plans that I'm thinking of that I got to execute. Things change. So once you shed new layers, you leave and you tread a new path appropriately. Maybe the gym doesn't suit you and it needs to be martial arts, or your relationships that you're in. If you're in a relationship and she does not serve a purpose to your life, she does not improve, you do not go throughout life conquering it with love and magnifying each other's lives, then it might be time to leave her if she keeps irritating you. And you've done everything in your power to be in love with this woman or man, and it just doesn't work out. You leave that relationship, because why are you even together at that point? Why are you treading down this path if it serves you no purpose, no joy, no magnification of any attributes that you want? I've been with a lot of bad women, a few good ones, but when life changes and you change as a person, you have to move on, and you can't go back on those old roads anymore. I've been a dirty degenerate for a lot of years, yet if I find myself with a cigarette or a drug or alcohol in my system, I am so painful, because I look at this and I think this is not who I am. I'm on a whole different road, marching on, and if I take a few steps back, it makes no sense. If we're taking a journey to the top, we don't go down the mountain, we go up it. So this is just an idea of what I wanted to leave you with. If I have any true actionable steps in this video, is just to be acknowledgeable of knowing when something you're doing does not feel fulfilled, does not feel like it fills your life with purpose, gratitude, or any type of magnification of a positive trait, is to try to see why that is and to move on appropriately if needed. So I just wanted to say that, and I'll see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Again, I love all seeing those comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.